If you go once for a party that was supposed to be 3 to 5 and you go 4:30 and you go and you see they are finished, or they finish eating all the jollof fries that you were craving for, next time you go early. If this video made sense, please like this video. If it doesn't make sense to you, I still want to be doing African time, don't like it. If it Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Saadatusdaily. I've always wanted to talk about this topic. I have always wanted to talk about it because it's becoming too much. Like it's too much already. Like, let's drop this thing, you know. This thing we call African time. Like, we've taken it like it's legal, like it's part of us, like it's our heritage, like it's something we can never do without. Like, guy, you can drop it, you can do without it, you can unlearn it and relearn the right thing to do. Like, it doesn't tell good about us. Like, and a lot of people know about it. They know about it and they tend to, relate with us with it, like use it to insult us indirectly, and we see it like it's an insult. Like, you not being able to keep to time, not being able to keep to a specific time is like an insult, like it's disrespectful. So it's all about African time. Especially, I'm not even talking about people back home. Yes, you're in between your people, like you're within your type of people. They understand if you come late on occasion and all that. But leaving Africa and coming to Obodo Ibo, like wherever you are outside the country, you should try to drop that culture. Like, it's not, I don't even feel okay calling it a culture, because it's not a culture. Like, it's something we just put on our head and we refuse to drop it. You get invited for an occasion, the occasion is 1 o'clock, and then it is around that 1 o'clock you now start deciding on what you're going to wear. You now start making plans. That is the time you feel that, okay, when I'm going to that place, that is when I'm going to branch to a store to get something. A lot of people fall into this. I fall into this once in a while. I know a lot of my friends even here fall into it, and it is not directed to any one person. It is directed to everybody, including myself. You get invited to an occasion at 1 o'clock. At that 1 o'clock is the time that the occasion is supposed to start. The program is supposed to start at 1. The interview is supposed to start at 1. The appointment is supposed to start at 1 p.m. And it is at that time some people are now planning that, okay, let me go and have my bath. Let me iron the clothes I'm going to wear. Let me bring out the clothes I'll wear. It's wrong. You have days to plan for that time. You have hours to plan for that time. If you cannot make that time, maybe it's an appointment or so, you can always change it. Or you call the appointment you're about to have that I'm running late, or I can't make it, or can we shift it? It's not like you will now come 1:30 or 1:45 for an appointment and you expect to be honored. Like, no, it's not going to work that way, because I gave you 1 p.m. I have given somebody else 2 p.m. I have given the next person 3 p.m. I cannot use your own lateness to come and spoil somebody's own. Even if I'm going to be free 2 p.m., I have my own plans to be free at 2 p.m. Like, 2 p.m., I'm not going to be doing anything. I will not attend to you. Talking about occasions, like programs, occasions are organized by white people, by Oyibos. They give you 2 p.m., for example, and you're coming 4 p.m. That 4 p.m., they may have been doing vote of thanks, or they're rounding up. That is when you will now come with yourself and feel you are resuming that occasion. If it is one that is organized by people like yourself, they may understand that, okay, these people may come late. Do you know it's so bad that, excuse me, it's so bad that there was an occasion we attended last year, organized by a Nigerian, and these Nigerians have been in this country for a very long time. They told we Nigerians that the occasion starts at 1 p.m. They had Oyibo friends that are coming for that same occasion, maybe from their church, where they work. They already have a Oyibo community here. They told we Nigerians that the time is 1 p.m. They told the Oyibos that the occasion starts 4 p.m. Can you tell me why? Because they know that we Nigerians, occasion for 1 p.m., it's 4 p.m. that we will come. And she cannot tell Oyibos the same 1 p.m. and then they'll come and see empty hall. They'll come and see empty tables, nobody is there, and they'll be like thinking, is this the wrong venue? Or is it finished? She just respected herself. And it worked, because I was in that same occasion, and the time the Oyibos were landing, that was when we Nigerians were also landing. I came early, so I will not put myself inside. That was the time majority of the Nigerians were now coming. That was when they felt, yes, occasion is starting at 3:30, 4 p.m., at 5. For an occasion you attended, you were invited for at 1 p.m. It's ridiculous. Like, We had an African party also recently, a Nigerian party, and I was part of the organizers. And the occasion was supposed to start at 3 p.m. So I by 2:30, I and my kids went to the venue because we had to tie some balloons, we had to do one or two things to set up the place. And we got there at like few minutes to 3. That place was empty. Like, it didn't look like there was going to be a party in that venue. There was nobody. There was no car park. There was nobody. It was only one person that was setting up the speakers. Like, he was in charge of the music setup. I only saw him at 3 o'clock. In fact, I made a video. I'll look for that video and put it somewhere here. I've not been able to upload that party video on my YouTube. At 3:30, I was calling people. Yes, I just bar finished now. And it was like a potluck party, so everybody brought their food. We didn't pay money to cook collectively. Everybody brought their food. It was at that 3:30 that I was calling people that, where you there? Are you not coming? That some people are saying that, yes, I dey come. When I dey come, I go branch through superstore, make I buy kinikon that she wants to bring for the party. At 3:30, at 4. If at the occasion, like you say, you want to take that space for 1 to 8 p.m., for example, and at 8 p.m. they expect you to have finished, cleaned up the place, and dropped the key where they ask you to drop the key. You now book for a place for 1 to 8, and at 5, that is when the occasion is starting. And then people will now expect that it's too early to round up. How is it too early to round up? I have to close the venue, I have to return the key at that time, because somebody else may have picked time for the other, may have picked the other slots. So I can't eat into somebody else, even though there is nobody. Courtesy demand, you paid for 1 to 8 p.m. Drop the key. Everybody should evict the venue at that time. We have to just drop this mentality. It's so now there are two things that also happen. It's either the person that haven't organized the occasion is even the person that also comes late. Can we start this culture of, what's that noise? Can we start this culture of, I invite people for an occasion for 1 o'clock. I, as the celebrant, I, as the organizer, will start my program at 1 o'clock, even if it is only 2 people that is there. I will be dressed, I will be at the venue, I will be around, ready for my occasion. Because sometimes we have this mentality that you should walk into your people. You should walk into the venue with the hall full. Like, you go for a birthday party, and the mentality we have is that you should come and meet people, not people come and meet you dressed. There's no big deal in it. You say you wanted your party for 1 to 5. When I come 1 o'clock, I want to see you, the celebrant, also seated at 1 o'clock, dressed and ready for your occasion. The program should start. Share the occasion, whatever, and start, do opening prayer, do everything. If you finish at 5 and it is at that 5 people you invited came, if it is at that time that they are coming, it's their loss. Even they come and say, Kilo day, what happened? Yeah, we're just coming. But it's for 1 o'clock, we're done, we're finished. Let's cultivate that habit. We start something at 1. We the celebrant should also start it at that 1. Anybody that is around, anybody that comes, that is around when it starts, good and fine. It's going to give you a lesson for next time. It's going to give you a lesson for next time that, okay, if another Nigerian invites me for an occasion and they say it's for this time, if I don't go at this time, they're going to start anyways. You will see the change. But if it is a situation whereby the celebrant is also home and she's calling her friends in the venue that are people there, and there are people have not yet come, people have not yet come, occasion of 1 o'clock, then at 3 o'clock, that's where they say, okay, you can come. People are now in the venue. It doesn't make sense, because we are still encouraging ourselves to also not keep to time. If you're invited for an occasion, go early, go at the right time. Like, my husband keeps to time. Like, if you tell him your birthday party is 11 a.m., at 10:50, he's already at the venue. At 11, he's stepping in. We went for a party. There was a party we went for, and I told him that, Oga, let's wait a bit. Nobody will be there. He said, but they told us 1 o'clock. I can't remember the time. But for example, they told us 1 o'clock. I said, African time. He said, let's go. Let us go there. This is the time they say we should go. I was like, me that I know that nobody will be there. In fact, I had called a friend to the celebrant. I had called her for something, and she that I knew that she's going to even walk and dance with the celebrant to the venue. She was sounding like she was in her bedroom at that 1 o'clock. I said, oh, guy, let's relax. He said no. And we went. Guess what? We went to the venue, and that was when we saw people arranging things. That's when we saw the caterer, we saw the people cleaning. That was when they were arranging things and all that. Before that party started, that was like after 2 hours that we arrived. We now looked like people that were like even hungry from home. Like they invite you for, we always have this mentality that if they invite you for an occasion, you should go late. If not, it will look like you don't have work, or you're hungry, or you are waiting for the invitation or something. It just means you're honoring the time. It's just simple. It's a no-brainer. Like, we should imbibe this culture, and it affects us. Now, we only use it for occasions and all that. We use it for occasions and we use it for program. It is also affecting when it comes to keeping appointments. Sorry to say, I work in a financial institution where I give customers appointments to come in. If I give Oyibos appointments before the time they are ready, the ladies, the tellers tell me your appointment is around. And it is we immigrants, mostly from Africa, that come late. If when I see the name on my appointment, I see the name, whether a Nigerian or somebody from Africa, I just have this mindset that this person will not come early. And 70% of the time, those people don't come early for their appointments. It is maybe at that time when, if your appointment is for 10, it's at that time that they're leaving their house. It is at that time that they're dressing up. And then you expect you come, and you come at maybe 10:30. When I give you 10 to 11, you come at 10:30 and you expect me to attend to you. And because it becomes like a domino effect, because it affects the next person. It affects my 11 o'clock appointment, affect my 12 o'clock appointment. It affects my break time. Like, I give you appointment for 12 to 1. I have my break at 1 to 2. And you're coming 12:40. I'm rescheduling the appointment. If you come, I can't deal. I'll come out and meet you and tell you have to book for another time. Your time is up. What prompted this video today is I had an appointment and it was for 10 to 11. It was my first appointment for the day, 10 to 11. And at 10:25, I called the customer like, hi, are you so and so? He was like, yeah. I said, oh, you have an appointment for 10 to 11. He's like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm like, you're coming where? I'm like, your appointment was for 10 to 11. He now said he's coming, and then he dropped the call. From his talk, I know this person is not Oyibo, he's not Canadian, he's us. He's not Nigerian, but he's from Africa. And true to his words, he came 10 minutes to 11 and met the ladies up front. Trust me, the ladies already know me that I won't take that appointment. And they told the person that your appointment is for 10 to 11. He now looked at the clock and said he still has 5 more minutes to his appointment. And she explained to him that we can't do your appointment for 5 minutes because we're already scheduled for something else at 11. So you have to reschedule, you have to book. And then the person was like, he still has 5. And they said, no, you have to rebook. So they had to look for another time and book for them. So I had 12 to 1. I have 12 to 1 o'clock free, and then they booked those people for 12 to 1. Shebi, we came late. We might wait for another 1 hour now. Because I had a meeting by 11 to 1, from 11 to 2. So 11 to 12, I had a meeting online, which I cannot miss for anybody. And then they had to wait for 12. And trust me, they came 11:54. They were already around. It wasn't being wicked. I have given them a lesson. I have taught them a lesson that you don't go late for an appointment, and you're not even being nice about it. You're being rude. You're being cocky about it. Some people do come late and they tell me, oh, sorry, I was about coming, my car didn't start. I was about coming and this didn't happen. I'm sorry. And I tried to fit you in. I could have still had that appointment with those people when they came in late. I will still have my Zoom meeting. I'll just tell them, you came late. I have a Zoom meeting by 11. If you don't mind, I'll be in the meeting and I'll be attending to you. I have done it like 2-3 times to people. And my meeting was going on and I was attending to them because they came late and they were nice about it. You cannot now be late and expect me to cancel whatever plans I have afterwards for you. No, I can't. That can't happen. So going back to this African time of a thing, we should try as a community, as a people, to drop it. It's affecting. Even when you now have interview, you find it hard to even meet up with that time. They give you time for interview, come for interview at 12:30. At 12:25, you are not yet there. At 12:25, you are driving fast to what were you doing? They did not just give you the notice in 10 minutes ago. You knew about it. You've given a bad impression about yourself already that you don't keep to time. I'm not exonerating myself. I had to learn it also. For the fact that my husband is not that type of person, like, he has put it in me. My husband will have to be at work at 9 p.m. or at 9 a.m. At 8:30, he's ready. He has sprayed his perfume. He has carried his bag. He has worn his face cap. He's ready. What can happen that will make him late? There was a time that he was going to work, and I knew that by 8:30 he was supposed to be out. 8:30, 8:40. I now sent my kids to go call him. Like, "Oga," he dozed off. He was ready. In fact, he dozed off with his face cap, with his bag by his side, with his car key. He was ready. He just dozed off. And by the time he jumped up, he just went to his car and left. And he was the god. He's late. Even at 8:40, the drive to his workplace is like 8 minutes. He was still going to be early, but to him, he felt he was late. That is mindset. That is training yourself. It's a no-brainer. It's respectful. It means you are responsible. It means you can keep the time. It means you are trustworthy. And we feel so confident about it. Like, we had an African party, the one I talked about, the Nigerian party. We had an African party also. And somebody now, so the party was supposed to be for 3 p.m. and the DJ that we employed, the DJ that we told to do the party, to do the music, to DJ the party, was there at 3 o'clock. Yeah, he was there. No, he was there at 2:30 to set up. And he was expecting at least he should even see signs that, okay, this is the venue. And he called me, Sadatu, is this really the venue? Like, and I said, what happened? Yeah, that's the venue. He mentioned the name of the venue. I said, yeah, that's the venue. And I said, well, he now said he thought maybe he missed the day. That is not looking like a party is going to hold. He didn't even see any sign of anything. That was like around 2:40 something. And I'm like, oh no, I'm almost there. I'm on my way. Yes, that's the venue. I said, have you forgotten what Africans are? These Africans. And I said, oh, that he just thought that he missed the day. Maybe it was supposed to be on a Sunday and he came on a Saturday or so. That was to show. And I tell you, that party, in fact, the time when people were gushing in, we were now giving speech. We had finished eating. We had finished doing 1 or 2 games. It was when we were giving talks. Okay, we're organizing December party. What are we going to do? We're planning. That was when people were coming. That's when people started coming for the party. Like, as if they told them that, oh yeah, start coming. That was around like 5:30. And people were coming and I was looking at them that, why are we like this? Africa time. There was a time we were discussing about this thing at home or somewhere with a friend. And my first daughter was like, Mommy, what is African time? Like, she didn't know what I meant when I was saying African time. And my friend was looking at me that, don't tell her what African time is. Don't tell her, don't pollute her mind. And I was like, oh, my innocent daughter, I can't tell you what is African time. Like, you don't have to know what is African time, But I had to tell her that this is it. And I made her to understand that it is a bad thing. It is not a good thing. It's just a slang we use, but it's not a good thing. So, as an occasion planner, please keep to time. If you are the one calling people for a party, at that time you also should be ready. You should be at the venue. It's not a must that you come and meet people and dance into the hall. You can dance into the hall with only 2 people, do your thing and finish up and go to teach lesson to people. If you're somebody that is invited for an occasion to, please honor the invitation, go on time. And if you have other plans, if they tell you 1 to 5 and the party wants to start by 4, at 5 leave. I came 1 to 5, I'm gone. I have something else to do. Honor that time. Call the inviter that, I'm here, where are you? Like, you cannot call us for a party and you are not ready. If you're invited for an interview, give time to even settle down, to catch your breath, to summarize all what you learned, to compose yourself before the time, to spray small perfume if you are sweating and smelling. Don't come late. If you're going for an office appointment, like you have an appointment with your bank or with a hospital, go at the right time. Prepare ahead. Already have a mental idea of what you're going to wear, what you're going to do, and leave. If you know the drive time is going to be like 10 minutes, leave like 20 minutes before time. Just don't go late, because these people are watching you. They are watching us. They are looking at us that these people, they don't keep the time. How can you have an appointment for 10 and you're coming 10:20, 10:15, and you're feeling cocky about it? There, I'm late now. So what? No, it's courtesy. I'm not trying to act like Canadian or anything, even if you are back home in Nigeria. I'm just saying it because we're here. We're no longer within our people. We're no longer within our type of people that understand it. No, we're within other nationalities, other ethnicities. You understand? Let's try to change that thing. Let's imbibe that culture. And trust me, it's going to have a ripple effect. If you go once for a party that was supposed to be 3 to 5, and you go 4:30, and you go and you see they are finished, or they finish eating all the jollof fries that you were craving for, next time you go early. Yeah, you go early. Or if you go for an appointment and then they turn you back and say, sorry, you're late, you have to reschedule. You know how bad it is to get appointment in this place. You want to go somewhere to even give them money, they'll give you an appointment for next month. Or you have toothache or you have something. Except if it is emergency 911, they will give you long date. If you now go and they tell you, sorry, you're late, we cannot attend to you, you will learn your lesson. You will learn the hard way. Next time they give you appointment like this, sharp, you're there. Then you will learn. Put it into your children. When your children have an appointment in school or they have something, they should go on time. That is not the time to start looking for what to wear or start thinking of, they should plan ahead. Let's help ourselves. African time must stop. It has to stop. Please, it should be a thing of the past. It's very annoying. It's really bad. So we need to change that mindset and change that mentality. If this video made sense, please like this video. If it doesn't make sense to you, I still want to be doing African time, don't like it. If it makes sense to you, I want to see if I have 200 views on this video. I want to see 200 likes to show that it made sense and you're going to change. To see that, to make sure that I am sure that this video made sense, please like this video and share to anybody you think may like it. This video is not meant to insult anybody. If you feel insulted, please change your mindset of African time. You need to change. We need to change. I'm not talking about people. Even me, I have to change. There's still sometimes I go late for things, but I have tried so much to make sure that when you give me time, I go at the right time. Take care and see you in my next one. Bye.